All right. Good. About how your energy is always so great. You always have so much energy. How do you do it?
Music is my drug.
That is just absolutely fantastic. Like every time I see your posts on Instagram or I see even your videos, they're like always ginger. They're like, yes, 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 that is it.
Well, we love music and dance in Africa. That's all we know. We do that better than anybody else on the planet.
True, true,
We
very,
don't have
very
to
true.
move that much. We just put step and we go, huh? You dance really well. I say, wait till we get the big dancing coming.
That is absolutely awesome. So we're gonna be done playing this song with you and Burna Boy. Right after this, we will kickstart our interview for this afternoon. How excited are you about the album? I see the views on YouTube and it looks really good.
Nola Jumo, make it fall apart. You won't make it unscattered. Fall apart. No shame. Arare, no shame. Oh, yeah, shit, oh,
Why do I feel like this is how fun you are on a good day and like how you entertain everybody at home or with your crew? They are literally always entertaining everyone.
Believe it or not, I'm the quietest in my family.
That's interesting. That's almost unbelievable.
Trust me.
Ah, it's amazing.
Lola Jumo, make it fall apart.
All right, we'll be coming up soon. Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life. Yes, indeed. It is time now for some good music on the Kazbah. But not just that, Lagos. We have got with us an amazing woman. Of course, we've played you some of her songs kind of like back to back right now because we're absolutely in love with her new album. And that is talking about none other than the the amazing Angelique Kidjo herself. She's got a new album out. It is called Mother Nature, and we are absolutely in love with it. All right, so we've got her on right now. Hello, Angelique.
Hello, how are you, sister?
I am good. How are you?
Oh, well, speaking to my sister makes me always feel good.
Yes, indeed. And of course, you definitely have a lot of good and positive vibes about you. So speaking to you is just such a blessing. All right, so yes, it's good to have you here. Speaking to you once again. Just last month, you were artist of the Kazbah, and we were talking about your new album, which we're really anticipating. And it's really amazing to see how hard you worked on this album, to see what you put in. The people you worked on this album as well. We got the chance to listen to quite a number of songs on the album, and let's just say it's everything you promised and more. So
Well,
how are you feeling? How are you feeling now that you have the album out? Seeing, the reviews, how it's doing so far on YouTube and likes.
think it's. I always feel like every time I release an album, it's like you letting your child grow and let the child go in the world, and whatever it becomes, it becomes. It's exciting. It's scary. It's energizing. It's fun.
Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. Earlier, before we actually got on air, I was talking to you about how your energy is always so great. Like, what's your secret weapon? You need to let us all know what your secret weapon is.
Well, the secret is basically live my life thinking of what is ahead. If I wake up today, what can I do to make my life better or to make somebody's life better? And also because I always settle my issues. I don't sleep angry because if I sleep with something on my chest, I won't sleep at all. So nobody sleeps in my bed but my husband and myself. So it's kind of pretty easy. And I, I,
I can
I'm I am content with what I have. I'm not there envying somebody having this and that because you don't know what is behind what the person have. Even the richest person in the world have problems. So be mindful of that and be happy about your life. Basically that's it.
That is awesome. I kind of feel like we need to have you on the times where we're probably having our soul sister conversations. We need to get some tips from you on how to go to bed not angry, even when the person who's pissing you off is right beside you, right?
Oh
But that'll
yeah.
be that'll be
Yeah,
talk
but
for
but
another
that
day.
one that one is a simple matter. You settle before you turn the light off. And if he doesn't want to deal with it, sleep in another room for a couple of days.
Okay, okay. We'll hold on to that tip. We're gonna hold on to that. Well, let's talk about Mother Nature right now. You actually, picked the title Mother Nature. Why did you pick, why did you go for Mother Nature when, picking the title track and the title of your album as well?
Mother Nature, because we love our mothers,
Mm,
don't we?
yes, we
And
do.
if we love our mothers, we should love Mother Earth. She is carrying us and feeding us for generations. And the fact that we still have people that are in denial of climate change, if we have people still today with everything that is going on, that is telling that climate change don't exist, how are we going to deal with violence against women and all the issue women have to face? That's why I call it Mother Nature. We women give birth to boys and girls. If we don't give birth anymore, there'll be no more boys, there'll be no more girls. And if a man said to me, I love my mother, and go around and slap his wife, he doesn't love his mother because he's slapping his mother right there. So that's why I want this album to be about dignity, about what we can do ourselves to make our life better, our continent better, how important our continent is to us, and how this climate change is a serious danger for the next generation coming. Because at the pace as this is going, we might be ending up living on house built on trees.
Mm,
We don't want to live like that. I don't want the youth of Africa to pay the price of the mistake of the one that have come before them. I want them to be part of the discussion to help me do something every day in the daily life. Many, even the smallest thing that can give a little bit of uh, peace or help Mother Nature. Let's do this because we all have one ecosystem, one Earth. They've been going on the moon. They've been going on March. Nobody come back here and tell me that there's life there that we can live out there. And this is not small talk; it's the reality. So if we can't use music, us African, to say, hey, let's play our part, because if worse come to worse, we're gonna be the continent that's gonna pay the highest price to this. Why are we always the tail end of everything that the rich country do? We didn't do anything. So how are we gonna prepare ourselves?
I see. I definitely see what you mean. and seeing how you've been able to tie both together. Talking about um the women and the roles we play and the weight we really carry in the world, and tying that to our environment, and ensuring people, well, unfortunately, there are people who are still in denial about climate change, but ensuring we put the word out there, that's absolutely brilliant. And also looking at the people you work with on this album, worked with a lot of people on the album, which is really impressive. I did see that you worked with Sita, that little sample of Africa there for Africa Love Time was beautiful. And it was great to see Silicata on the screen again. How did you get him on, to come on, hop on and be a part of the project as well, and working with Mr. Easy too.
For a while, Salif and I have been, and we've used Sundu, the only African artist, made others before others came to join, to be at the
Mhm.
forefront of defending our continent tooth to tooth. I mean, it's just like crazy thing we live, we hear, thing we have to say, how we have to smile through some stupidity that we have to smile through it to make our point clear that we are human beings with the same right as other human beings. And of course, Salif, I was on Salif's last album, and I've been told he retired, he won't sing. I say, well, Salif can't say no to me because when he needs me, I'm there too.
I was so
And
impressed when I saw it. I was like, what? How did you drag him out? Like, how did you do that?
but because he's a great believer also of transmission. I mean, he
Mm,
come from the same culture we come from. The tale that has told to us by the one that have come before us, and we have a profound respect for our elderly because they
mhm.
are our library. They are the one that tell us when something is right or when something is wrong, and he cannot say no to that because he's a storyteller. He's a griot also, and he just say, okay, we're talking about our Africa. We can't talk about it without acting up on it. And for me, it was really that song that is the example of generational transmission.
Definitely, definitely. So it makes a lot of sense that you had him on, and you also had Mr. Easy on as well, because that definitely projects the transition you're talking about.
I mean, Mr. Easy is talking about this subject that we have been talking about like 40 years ago, and it's still relevant. So are we gonna just talk about the story of Africa, the beauty of Africa, the resilience of Africa? We gotta do something about it. The world have to say it. We have to prove it any way, shape, or form.
Ah, absolutely beautiful. I mean, I really wish we could go through every single person you worked with on this album, because you really worked with full of good, and they did a brilliant job on this album. And you doing your thing 30 years on. It's really amazing to see, when your likes, like you mentioned, your Doors, the guitar, you've been doing music for so many years. You've been doing music for over 30 years. And we see you transition, see you grow, with um, the times, and the style of music. Even though the people in like your set and your generation and the people before you were kind of like the originators and creators, well, you found a way to blend in and flow with the transition and fusions over the years. How difficult or hard can it be for someone like in your own generation who did music back in the day, to try to work with what's going on the music scene now today?
I mean, if you're living during in your time and living in the past, it's gonna be difficult. You can have your feet in both sides, both of it. It's not possible. The past informed the present and the future. So as a musician, I've always lived within my time. And and what I admire a lot about this new young generation coming in is things that I have been saying. People looking at me like, we're waiting to say this. Like, really? Huh? I say yes. The production of every song that come from Africa was spotless.
Mm,
The professionalism, the sound, everything that comes to my Pro Tools, my computer, it was impeccable. And now I talk about it. Now I have to prove it. And they help me prove it. And when their work comes out, if someone asks them a question, they're gonna tell them that's how we roll. You have a problem with it?
Oh my God, you sound so proud. You sound so proud of everybody. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm
I'm not
proud.
really surprised, considering, based on our last conversation, we said a couple of years ago at the Grammys, you did mention that, look, Africa is the next big thing. Watch out for them. And you're seeing it come to pass. So, yeah, definitely. You definitely should be proud of everybody who is, putting good work and actually proving and making sure, put it out
I,
there that, look,
I'm
this thing
proud.
is true.
I'm proud of my continent at home in its flaw and greatness. But when you have Africans that are on top of their game, are you gonna say it's not okay? You might not like it. Everybody have the right not to like not to like or dislike something. But when people are at the top of their game doing the job perfectly and with something that nobody else can do, huh? I'm gonna sit here and tell you, you're gonna bash my people? What again? Just try it. It's we got to learn how to be proud of what we do, who we are, and stop being apologetic to anyone out there. I'm not apologizing to nobody because the music, the person in front of me that come from England, America, wherever you come from, all of it come from Africa. So what are you telling me? I'm the one feeding your inspiration, boy.
Definitely.
Africa is at the center of it.
Sometimes I wonder where Berner gets it from because he definitely has this very unapologetic attitude about him. And, he's just like, yo, this is what it is.
But I mean,
Whether
that's
it's
the way to do because he knows what he's talking about. When you are talented, yeah, yes, you have to have humility. But that doesn't mean you're going to work on yourself and apologize for what? I'm good at what I do. You don't like it? Sorry. And if it was an American person, African American person having that attitude, nobody would say anything. Why can't he be? I mean, yeah, that's my boy, man. Let him do his stuff. And you don't like it? Sorry for you.
wow, wow. He has, as long as he has Angelique's backing, well, yeah. Hey, what can we do?
You leave my boy alone. That's it.
We'll leave him alone. We'll take the
Okay.
instruction from you. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so now looking at this album, because you do have the ego, there's a lot of things going on at the moment. Literally, looking at this album right now, which I know it's usually hard. You guys try to be diplomatic about it, but which would you say is your favorite so far? Or
Man, I can't say because, when I was doing this album, one thing that becomes obvious to me is to let the music flow and give the freedom and the power to each one of us to speak up. And when people speak up with truth, with integrity, I mean, you can't cut in piece truth. Is the truth or it's not the truth? And the way I set up the album is a book.
mm,
I choose love, and I finish with life is so beautiful. And within the introduction and the conclusion, we speak about important issues.
yes.
So if you take one issue out of it, the album is not going to fall in place. So every song is a cornerstone of a building, of a house that we are trying to build. Our narrative I've been saying this for years. I'm tired of hearing people talking on behalf of Africans. Just tired of it. Sometimes I just look at people. I don't even have to talk. I just look at you and you just beat it. When you have somebody in front of me telling me, oh, Black people or African people are never going to succeed because they have no perspective or future. I look at the guy and say, have you ever been to Africa? You see, I don't have to. I say, you don't have to? And you're speaking stupid? Are you true? Are you crazy? Do you hear yourself? You know how many billions of people live in Africa and you're going to sit here and tell us that we don't have a perspective or future? Me, I'm not even going to take a chance to tell you guys, you sitting there don't have a perspective or future because I don't know you. So you don't know me and you putting me and my people in the same bucket and throw it in the sea? Are you crazy? It's just like, I go for all these things all the time. Sometimes I answer, sometimes I'm like, that's your business. I don't want to talk to you.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that one. Sometimes it's best to just ignore. Sometimes you definitely put your word out there and put your foot down. So
Oh,
yes, thank you once again for always doing that for us.
I
thank you
won't
very
stop.
much.
I won't stop. And I drive people crazy, but I won't stop. I don't care.
But hey, in all, we still have so much love Thank you for making Smooth a part of this journey of yours, especially album as well. And let's see. So, what plans do you have now? Because I feel like is the bulk of it gone now that you've put in the work, you've done, you've recorded the song, you've put it out. Is the bulk of it done, or what's next from here on?
Well, first of all, thanks for playing my music, and thanks for the support. And I think we started already in Africa seeing how powerful we can be together. And I want to
Mhm.
thank you for being part of that. I mean, now I have concerts, I have to plan for the show. So
Yeah.
this album, the first concert of it gonna be in September. Meanwhile, I still have a video to do with Mr. Burna Boy. So we have to figure that one out. And I have to start rehearsing and putting the songs for the stage, because I always like to expand the music on stage differently than on the album. And then when people go back and listen to the album, they still can enjoy it and still have a different version of it on stage. So that's what I'm gonna be working on for the next few months coming in.
It will be beautiful to see you actually perform on stage,
Oh well.
especially with all these great songs that you have on here. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm gonna have to be Yemi. I'm gonna have to be Mr. Easy. I'm gonna have to be Burna Boy. I'm gonna have to be everybody. That's gonna
I
be.
was gonna ask you, considering how you have so many people on this album, how would you get all of these, people
Don't
together
worry about it. I'll
and
figure it
one
out.
another?
I will
No,
figure
but
it
we
out.
trust you. We trust you, and we know you will not disappoint your Angelique Kidjo. I
Oh
know that.
well, I'm not perfect, and
Yeah.
I can really make some mistake, and I stand for it. I take my part, share part of mistake I made. That's how I grow. There's no
Mhm.
success without failure.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you for sharing that. Typically I would ask you for a light tip, or you kind of like just chipped it in already. So thank you very much for that one. It's been a great pleasure talking to you about this album. It is beautiful. It is very enjoyable. It has a lot of the message is clear and distinct, but at the same time, it is very, very enjoyable. It is something that old and young will definitely love. And I have to say,
Everybody have to dance. Come on, get dancing on
yes,
it.
yes, exactly. If you're not dancing, you're swaying, you're feeling the music one way or another. So I have to say, big ups to you. Thank you for sharing your great talent with the world and your voice and everything about you. And thank you for fighting for us and speaking up for us as well here in Africa. Thank you so much.
But thanks for being part of the fight, because you fight for me too. It goes both ways.
No problem. Any day, anytime. I, what do you think about being called Mama Africa? I mean, because the last legit Mama Africa we had was Miriam Makeba.
Yep, I don't care. You
Yeah.
guys are entitled to call me whatever you want to call me.
Yes. I call you Mama Africa. So
Yeah.
that's
No, nobody else have
Mama
to give me any
Africa.
name but you Africans. The rest, I don't care.
But yes, here is our Mama Africa right now. We're fighting for us all over the world. Thank you so much. We're gonna listen to this song right now called "Flying High" by Angelique Kidjo. It is off the album called Mother Nature. If you've not listened to it, don't worry. We've got you covered right here on Smooth. We will be playing you more of the songs off the album on the show, so you want to make sure you don't miss that as well. I do have to let you go right now. Thank you so much for taking some time out to speak with us on this album. And hopefully we get to hear from you again and enjoy more of the great music you share with us.
I will try. Thank you so much for having me.